Programming. This is week 2, Introduction to Google Workspace. So here, last week, we talked about forms of social media and how they work, and how to build networks using LinkedIn as well as using the internet safely. Now, here's what we're going to learn about. A useful collection of cloud-based programs designed to produce productivity. But if you want to use it, you have to understand how each tool works. It includes Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Classroom, each with their unique features. Gmail is the most important tool of Google Workspace. It is the main form of communication and deep integration with Google tools. You can communicate across the world and sign into any major website with Gmail, and notifications get sent back to you. And you can also share files with the communication worldwide. However, there are risks. Because it is so important, if your account is hacked, you lose everything with it if the hacker is of bad intentions. So you have to recognize the risk of the choices you make online. Now here are the tools to know. So compose, inbox, start, and send. So if I open Gmail, with the compose tool, I can make a new email. With the compose tool, here I can make some new emails here. Here's the start if there's like important mail you have. And send is the mails you send yourself. Moving forward, here's a task for you. With your own email, send an email to binarytree61@gmail.com about something you learned and see how you can use email. Now, Google Drive. It is where everything is stored on the cloud in your Google account, like past projects, slides, spreadsheets, and a lot more. You can access it, documents that's shared with you via the Shared With Me section here, where you can see stuff that was shared with you or share link was sent to you. Now, you can also create new files with the plus button on the left. Here I can create a lot of stuff. Moving forward, organization. You can use folders to group projects. So I can do new folder, and I can do, let's call it folder. Now I can put anything I want inside of this. And even color code folders for visual organization. So let's say I put a new folder. I can put any color, like a green color, yellow color, whatnot, if you want to organize it. Now here are different permission levels. A main feature of Drive is how you can collaborate with others. So if you share with a file or folder, they can edit the folder depending on how you give permission. So viewer can only see the project. You cannot make any changes. Commenter can suggest edits, but the editor has to verify it and put it in. But the editor itself can have full permission to do whatever they want with the project. Now here's a task for you to do to test your knowledge of Google Drive. Make a general folder with 3 subfolders. Add a document, slideshow, and sheet inside of each one respectively. Change the color of each subfolder and star one item. If you want to star item, all you have to do is press the star button. The star button is right here, organize and add to starred. Here, it's a word processor for Google Docs. Now, it's a word processor for writing resumes, essays, and a lot more things. And it's automatically saved to Drive. If you want to make a new one, go to docs.google.com. Let me copy this link and put it in a new one. And I simply have to make a new tab. Now this is the document. You can make real-time collaboration, so collaborators can have different colored cursors and edit in real time. So here's some useful shortcuts. Control A, let me just put some letters in. Control A selects all, Control C copies, Control V pastes, and Control X deletes and copies. Now Control Shift greater and minuses increases and decreases the font size, so more and less. Moving forward, now here's a task for you. Collaborate on a shared Google Doc. With someone else, click the link in the chat and clicking the link on this slide, write one paragraph on what you learned about Google Docs. This is a link to the binary tree slide where you can write about what you learned. Now, Google Sheets is a spreadsheet software that organizes data into rows and columns. You can put a lot of data into there at once. Rows are numbered and columns are lettered. So let's say I go to sheets.google.com. Entering the link, I can make a new spreadsheet. And see, columns are made by letters and rows are made by numbers. Each cell is a mini document where you can change different stuff like font size and color. Enter moves down and tab moves right, so enter and tab. You can add custom functions by data, named functions, and add new functions. Now, if you use the Sheets link in this video, take your own cell, like any cell you want, resize it, and write 3 to 4 sentences on different ways you can use Google Sheets. Now, lastly, Google Slides. This is what we're using right now. It's a flexible presentation platform for putting images, text, layouts, and more to make slideshows for people to read. Themes unify the design all at once, so if you want to look into it, you can go into if you want to change the theme, you can go into Slide, Edit Theme, or Change Theme. Now, if you want to determine the way content is arranged naturally, you can go to same thing, Slide, but apply layout. I can change the layout. Now, make sure to use bullet points if you want to be concise, different colors to emphasize different things, and specifically bold color for emphasis, as well as good images to catch the audience's eye. If you want to put an image, you can go to Insert Image, and you can even search the web. Like this, I can put a lot of stuff here. Now, create 5 slides about a topic you enjoy learning about. So 1 slide file, but 5 slides in there. Now, use the theme, add images, keep text concise. Share in the comments what slide you put in. Now, here's some extra Google tools that we're not going to cover in depth. Google Classroom is a software where teachers post materials and more. Google Earth is a 3D map that includes the entire Earth. And Google Maps is more used functionally, like locations, restaurants, hospitals, where people can search that up and drive to it. Now, here if I go into earth.google.com, I can make a new project and simply see the entire Earth. And that's the end of lesson. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week where we'll be talking about workflow automation.